gravity. And not only did they find gravitational lensing in 1919, but since then there's gravitational waves, and there's the orbit of Mercury. All these different things that are shown to be true because of Einstein's understanding of what's really causing gravity.
So before
Einstein, have you seen these gravity waves, Kosho?
So hold on. What if Einstein was wrong and his shit he wasn't reading the right thing that he thought he was because it was like some dusty old science? You know what I mean? Because
well, he could have been wrong, but he's been verified.
Well, I mean, in the 500s, are we going to take somebody's idea of an airplane that couldn't have existed? They would have been like, it's impossible to make an airplane. So by the 500 sciences, you couldn't have never made an airplane. They would have fucking killed you for saying that. And now today, look, we have them all over. And the Wright brothers started it, and not with the ways you guys are talking of the crazy shit you're talking about, but they got on wooden bicycles and had wings and flew them.
You're right, Democ. That's a possibility that we find out that he was wrong. And when that happens, we'll go with the better understanding.
No,
I'm trying to tell you it right now. We've got a better.
It already happened. We're trying to tell you. You guys haven't even clued in.
It hasn't happened.
Yes, it has.
Right now.
You guys are not even real flat earthers.
Relevant question.
You're not a real globe earther. You've got no evidence, no proof, just stories. Show me a real glober who can show a real globe.
Can I please?
It's the best cure when they do. They be like, "You're not really a globe flat earther," and then you get to be free. It's their little trick, though. Watch out.
Hey,
First of all, you know you're not a flat earther, Dom, but your questions are valid.
I got a question for you.
We're masquerading as such.
Yeah, you won't. They won't let me be, guys. You guys should be like me and be like, "Hey, I'm suspect. I want to see more evidence and proofs." But come on, man.
Well, think about it,
Don.
Don.
You shouldn't be on that side until you got some proof. When that's your fucking Hippocratic oath.
No, Don.
Well, it seems Hippocratic to me.
You need to know the physics of water. Okay, it's very simple.
Wrong one, but okay.
Well, not the Dr. Hippocratic, but it seems.
Yeah, it's the only one though.
Like hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Hey, Kosho.
Would you just conflate the Hippocratic oath with just?
No, he said the Hippocratic oath. Anyway, so look, press Don.
I didn't say oath, but I was like kidding around. Like, yeah. Go ahead.
Press Don. In order for the water to conform to the exterior, it needs a force. We've just established right now there is no force. Yes.
I'm trying to ask Kosho a question. You interrupt.
No, hold on a second, Chris. Now, so press Don.
Hey, their magic, their magic may be unbelievable, but they present it. Even if you don't believe it, it still models out, man. We
give Chris a chance to, man.
Okay, go ahead, Chris.
Won't let you not give him a chance. So.
No, Chris, you've got to be patient a little bit. So press Don.
Interrupting me right in the middle of me talking. How am I supposed to?
Okay, we gotta wait for you. Go ahead, Chris.
It goes much quicker if you just give him a chance.
Go on, Chris. Go for it.
Kosho, I've heard many times in this chat by many people, including you, that science sets out to falsify things. So when we're talking about the bending of space-time and it being confirmed, what does science do to
Good question.
Today, Chris. Today. Come on.
What the hell is confirmed, Lael? Hold on, Lael. What was confirmed about space-time, Lael? What are you blabbering on about?
Let him finish saying.
What has science done to falsify the claim of bending of space-time? You say they confirm it, but that's confirming is different than falsifying.
They confirmed it by attempting to falsify.
No, they didn't.
What did they do exactly to
Christians,
falsify?
don't make up stuff. Remember, we're trying to educate people, and that's the reason why we are the educators, and you're just making up stories. Now, give him the truth.
Emo, you sound too much like a priest.
Well, I'm saying that we have the facts and the figures.
For once he asked a good question.
Chris just makes up a story.
Is that okay with you, Chris? The answer I gave?
We're the science communicators.
The problem is when flat earthers hear this question, they think I'm claiming that I don't believe in the bending of space-time, but that's not the purpose of the question.
I know, Chris. I answered you, though.
Kosho, you're actually wrong on that one, man.
You are wrong, Kosho. Right? You're not a science communicator like the rest of us here. Now, give him...
Chemo, stop
talking. It goes back to a rather simplified idea of what Karl Popper put forth, and a lot of philosophers of science have come forth since then and said, no, that's not exactly what scientists do. They do a combination of both, and it's a little bit more ambiguous of what they're doing. So just to say that science don't look to confirm things is just wrong.
Well, they do a test that's capable of being falsified. So
Yes.
the test is done.
Yeah, so it
And if
wasn't
it's
wrong.
false, then it's not happening. It's
What I
true.
originally said was that it's
confirmation.
substantiated.
But they do
Has to be
confirm
falsifiable.
to some
Has to
extent.
be falsifiable. Yeah.
Yes. Their hypotheses need to have a wrong to it. They have to have some way they can be incorrect. Yes, that's a good test. But to say that they don't confirm things it's rather simplistic.
Okay,
So
how
what
they
did you do to
falsify a
confirm?
black hole in every center of every galaxy?
people, man.
How did they falsify that?
I have
Black
for
hole in
chemo.
every galaxy. Somebody answer that question.
Kosher, you're being asked a question. You are the globe communicator. Communicate with
I've
us.
already got Mackie that I didn't say that. I said originally was that it substantiated. What I said originally was that it confirmed it. Then I said it substantiated. And then Chris had said something about falsifying. And to answer Chris's question, I told him that they substantiated it by trying to falsify it and failing, because Chris was asking that question.
No, that's fair.
But what I meant, what I originally said, was that they substantiated it. Time and
All right.
Okay, how about my question now?
Yeah, I was talking about SE.
okay.
Talking about black holes, Kosher.
How did they falsify a black hole in every galaxy? Somebody answer that.
It's an observation. That's an
for
observation.
Kosher.
It's not an
Kosher is the
experiment.
globe communicator, right, Kosher?
Shut the
No, he's not.
SE's asking stupid questions. Dumber questions than asks. They didn't.
Kosher,
You
why
know,
don't you
I
just
have a
say, I
question.
don't
No,
know.
no.
I have no idea. Why don't you be
my
honest?
question wasn't dumb. I asked you how you can test or do anything or manipulate space to test it or bend it or warp it or see how you are or aren't, or how you
Right.
could or couldn't.
Right.
So let's go live. Show us that. Show us which test. Stop fucking saying I got dumb
All right,
questions
all
you
right.
can't answer.
I
Kosher,
said your questions were not.
Can I stump you, Kosho?
Give you a compliment, man.
Kosher, communicate with us. What's the answer to Demot's question?
Yeah, dude, Chemo, stop talking, man. SE just asked a question; it was answered. He's asking it again.
You didn't answer it. You
You
said
know-
it was a
I
dumb
told you that
question, you
wasn't- that
dummy.
wasn't falsified because it's not false. SE,
What?
That's a stupid question.
What? Did you guys hear that?
What are you
They
talking
can't
about, globe
falsify it 'cause
communicator?
It's not false. Kosho, you said a lot of dumb
When was
things.
it
bro.
Do you,
falsified?
do you
There's,
see
uh,
why
yeah.
we're the educated, Kosher? We give you a full answer with demonstrations, not just a feeble
Let's
explanation.
Again.
Well, the space-time thing has been a test was put forth that said that if this doesn't happen, it's false. So when you go up on an airplane, if
Makes
time
predictions.
dilation doesn't happen, then it's false.
No, you need to
If you
show
put
how there
clocks
is how
on it-
there's
Shut
not-
up, Chemo. Shut up, Chemo. If you put a cesium clock at the bottom of a building, at the top of the building, if they have different times, that would be a test of space-time.
You
That's
actually
the
believe
relativity.
that there's
So
different
we-
times on the bottom of the building and the top of it. You actually that dumb, bro.
Is that what he just
That has
said?
been done.
It's unbelievable, man. You guys, if you believe that,
All right, fair enough.
don't know
Well,
what to
all right,
tell you.
all right. Hold on, SE.
Chemo.
All right, Moya.
No, we don't need you.
Let's see your demonstration of what you're talking about.
Seeing the demonstration of the space-time thing, we've showed you the clocks on the airplanes. If you're expecting to see the cesium atoms tick slower, if you have eyes that can see something that happens in 1/10 billionth of a second, then okay, I'll test it for you and with a video camera. But you can't. So
Yeah.
what happened
Look,
was
right.
they went up. They
You
assert
can't-
this happened. If you assert that it didn't happen, then it is upon you to go and perform the test and say, "See, it didn't happen," or these conditions changed it.
Listen here, right? When we
at
ask
least
you
you
questions,
got the time right. 1/4 billion of a second. Just listen to that number, bro.
and another
Just-
thing,
can
when we
you
ask
accept
you,
that? You
when we-
actually
I think the
believe that those
numbers
clocks
are
were
hard to
separated
close. No.
1/4 billionth of a second.
It's not
That's
even
La La
the
Land,
timing.
dude.
The wavelength.
What's
is
the
not-
what's the value?
you don't deny our questions,
1/4
Kosher.
billion of a second.
right?
Some stupid number like that.
Ridiculous, man.
Tell us
Wavelength.
Yeah.
stupid
The
question.
wavelength.
Oh,
Actually,
Man,
pretty easy to measure, SE.
chemo.
Everyone knows that.
You don't deny
Chemo.
our questions, right? You guys think you're on a
Chemo.
ball with all the answers. That means you answer our
Chemo.
questions. Yes.
Chemo, I have a question for you.
Okay.
You said that in order for water to conform to a surface of a sphere, you need a force. But if anything is accelerating, you need a force. What's the force causing things to fall?
Things don't just fall. They
Okay,
need-
the water just confirms then. Okay.
No,
no force needed.
what do you mean? What's your point? Elaborate.
You need force for acceleration, right?
Yeah, but you're saying there's an acceleration of 9.8 meters per second squared or something like this, but we can't control that acceleration, therefore we don't know if it's a force.
Hey, but what's the force causing things to fall? You said there has to be a force.
No, I say things don't just fall. So either I just throw something in the air and it falls, or an apple will fall because it grew. It became too dense and all that kind of stuff.
What's the force?
Yeah, well,
Chemo, this is them projecting. They don't have the force. Chemo,
you don't
they
need a
have
force.
Chemo
said he doesn't believe it
man,
because he can't
you don't need a force.
Order.
You don't need one.
Order.
P-Mock, then you don't need one for the water also. It comes from the bottom, so it stays in the bottom. It doesn't just fuck off.
No, but you need a
on
force.
A ball, it stays on the bottom?
Than air.
So your water's only on the bottom of the ball? That's a cool story. But anyway, when I have a table, it starts stuttering now. Yeah, it starts stuttering now. So anyway, when you got the table,
I'm just trying to
you got the table. How you putting the water on the bottom of this table and your ball? Show me.
Water on the bottom of the table.
Yeah, there's no force necessary. Show us, Mo Man.
What?
Show us, Mo Man. There's nothing needed. You got the water, mass and mass.
He's best at 0%.
Conforms, right?
Come on.
We all have to.
Okay. So anyway. Now check this out. If I put an apple, if I put Mo Man on a table, and he's sitting there, right?
Yeah.
And I move the table out from underneath your ass, what force did I add to you? None.
Yeah.
There was no force. So, hold on, Kosho.
So there is no force needed for water to conform to a sphere.
No. Try to understand. If there's a table underneath you, okay, and what if we change the medium as we pull the table? What will happen to you, Mo?
Why don't you put a scale on the table and put him on the scale on the table?
So let's say you're on top of like a diving board is over the water. But you got a diving board. You got a diving board over the water. You're over the diving board. Remove the diving board. You fall on top of the water. You don't go all the way down. So what are you talking about?
Yeah. So was there a force when I was accelerating?
No, like I said, you were not. So what does it tell you that you're floating on the water? It tells you that you were not in equilibrium. That should tell you something. That should give you information.
Yeah, and that's why water doesn't rise. It forms a sphere because it's denser than the medium that it's in.
Water does rise if it's when it evaporates. Yeah.
Have you never heard of the tide?
Yeah, when it's less dense.
Yeah, when it's less dense. Exactly. Yeah. When it's less dense.
Yeah, and when it's dense, it conforms to the liquid parts of the Earth.
And when it's dense, what happens? It goes the opposite way, right? Or any way. The gases,
it goes towards the center of the sphere. Yeah.
Okay, so you should be able to show us that, right? You should be able to demonstrate it on a ball.
Why should you?
Yeah.
Okay, please do that then.
Why should you be able
to take a picture from space?
You have to be so silly now, right?
Reduce the scale, and demonstrate it.
Stay in the real world. Don't say something silly like that.
Demonstrate water conforming to the container.
I am in the real world.
And having a level surface. We can show you that.
Yeah, but that doesn't depend on the mass of the water you're talking about.
Convenient. It's unfalsifiable.
No, it's not.
The problem is you guys don't seem to understand that the mass of the Earth is 1 million times greater than the mass of water you're talking about in this demonstration.
Sounds like a problem for your globe, doesn't it?
Sounds like
an idiot who doesn't understand.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's a problem for your
flat Earth. Flat Earth doesn't need that. Doesn't have that problem.
The beautiful thing about the Cavendish experiment is that it quantifies exactly what the scales of all these things are, because you're doing something perpendicular to the force of gravity, and you know the mass is these two objects, and you also know their weight, so you know exactly how the force is compared to one another. The force that's attracting them, supposedly attracting them to one another, compared to the force that's attracting it to the Earth, and you can use this information to quantify the magnitude of the force of the Earth's gravity on anything.
Sure, you can.
Very water makes.
Hey, Kosho, in Cavendish, is it a real force or a pseudo force?
Simple algebra that goes into making those
made-up equations. Made-up equations for a made-up model.
Oh, you mean those engineering equations that have worked for hundreds of years now that nobody has an issue with other
on
than
a
you
flat
idiots?
Earth? Hell yeah. Are you talking about flat Earth equations? Yeah, those are great.
No, I'm talking about the equations.
Where's your globe at?
I showed you how to do it.
Well, show us how they work on the globe.
You gotta stop talking when he starts talking, Yeah.
I know, yeah, it gets too
Well,
loud.
if you'll get a globe live and show us.
Oh God.
We want to see something because look, guys, look. It's kind of hypocritical slightly because if we make any claims of anything, you want to see it like that just now, show it, prove it. And obviously when you make these wild claims, you expect us to accept it as a given. Well, of course, everyone knows it. This must be the case. And this is what we're challenging. We're showing you that what you've been told is not true.
You're not challenging.
Compare that to what's being offered to you, Chemo. What's being offered to you is not words out of people's mouths. It's descriptions of tests that have been done by countless people for hundreds of years.
Not quite, Coach. Not quite.
No one's just saying trust what I'm saying. They're saying.
When did you show us the borehole waters, Coach?
Well, Kosher, I mean, you say that, but it kind of is, right? Because everything is based on the assumption that this is this and that is that, right? That's what we're dealing with here, and that's why you're struggling. That's why you're. That's why you're struggling, Kosho, to show your equations to be true.
Nobody's struggling, Chemo, but you.
No. Again, if I
you guys are the ones struggling to understand anything.
I'm not struggling to show you how flat train works on a flat table or on any level. Listen, I can make a little train.
Because your
I can make a
delusion
big train.
requires the paranoia.
I don't require shit to show you everything work on a flat
exactly
surface.
what your
You
delusion
require all the
requires.
bullshit. You require fake space, globes that you can't.
And exactly, percent. I know you, and I know you think that, but I don't care if I prove it to you. I've proven it to myself, and I'm good with that.
You haven't proven anything.
If you guys want to live in your paranoid delusions, there's nothing much we can do about that.
Well, it may seem like a delusion right now because you think...
It doesn't seem like a delusion. It is a delusion.
Of course, like I said, I was about to elaborate on, of course, why it might seem like that. Of course, because you have the support of many of the people, like we've heard earlier on. Lots of people think that way, so of course it must be true. But unfortunately for you, you're the one who's decided to come forward.
There's no question for me in anything.
Well, let's think about it. Of all the billions of...
my world, Chemo.
Of all the billions of all the billions of globe earthers, you are the one who decided to come forward and defend something that cannot be defended. So now you're trying to analyze.
Educate you.
Yes.
Educate you.
Yeah.
So
some people have tried to educate you, but they don't realize that they cannot break through the delusion, which requires you not to understand anything, and therefore you cannot be taught.
Scott, I've been in this a lot longer than you.
Guys, it's going to be very strict now. Stop interrupting people.
Okay, let me respond to Scott then.
You're
Yeah,
just going to get muted. Even you, Chemo.
Let me respond to Scott then. Yeah, so Scott's, and I'm saying to Scott, look. We've been around this, a lot longer than what you have. We know a lot more about your heliocentric model than you do. And what we find is when we question, someone like yourself, you're just trusting and relying on other people to do the work for you. So that's a bit of a problem on your part.
It's not a problem at all, because that trust has served me for 56 years of my life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that for those 56 years of your life. Yeah, go ahead, Percent. Go on.
I was just saying, us for hours, right?
Very well. And it served you too. You guys just refuse to recognize it, but that's okay. That's what the delusion requires.
Yeah, but again,
you need to think you understand something that everybody has. You seem to think that you have a better idea of how the world works, and the people have devoted their lives to trying to understand all these different aspects of the world. Because you need to believe you're somehow smarter than everybody else. Right. You're just not. But
you got it twisted, bro. What served you isn't your trust. I don't have any experiences, and with that, your skepticism. Trust in a higher power or like in a authority plays very little part in your day-to-day life.
Right.
Your senses and your experiences. That's what governs how you live your life.
No, I've jumped in airplanes, totally on faith that the people who built the airplanes understand basic statics and dynamics. They understand gravity, and and they understand how far it is from San Francisco to Australia.
Right.
And I got there.
That's not faith,
it served
bro.
me perfectly well.
Experiences, knowing that these flights happen.
Come on, one at a time. Let you respond.
The mortality rate of an airplane and stuff like that.
Not good. Not good.
I've never been on a plane to Australia before, so I trusted people I don't know to get me there, and it worked just fine, and it will work again.
Okay.
Yeah, again, that's not just trust.
You guys can choose to call them all liars.
For goodness sake, Scott. Coach, did you see that? See, he took a break,
He
and
stopped talking and started talking. But anyways, that's not trust in authority. What you're doing is you're being exposed to the actual numbers of how many flights happen, and it's this verifiable information. It's not appealing to authority. Verifiable information, actual like data, and you can compare it. And you see it. There's mortality rates. You know what kind of risk. It's basically risk analysis, basic risk analysis.
I never verified anything. I never verified a single thing. I booked my tickets and I jumped on the plane.
Yeah, you're ignorant.
Okay, but it worked, right?
No. What it means, Scott, is like
it didn't work.
What it means, Scott,
it worked because it'll work.
What it means, Scott, because what it means, Scott, because you've just said, you are ignorant. I
enjoyed it.
You are ignorant. It means you're in no place or position to educate or communicate. You see, now obviously the people that have done the research are in a position, Scott, to communicate and educate.
I know. And I trust them.
Well, you can do. That's fine. But remember, you're in no position to critique or analyze because all you have is a belief, just a belief. That's it.
Don't you base most of your...
You're supposed to verify that which you can.
No,
don't you base most of...
Don't need to.
Don't you base most of your life on the belief in what somebody else has already done?
Sure. Why not? Sure, why not?
I mean, the cell phone. Nobody here has built a cell phone. Nobody here, has built the towers that go along with the cell phone.
I can agree with that. What's your point?
So you have to. So the point is that we've built our lives around the information that other people have already done.
Absolutely.
This stuff. We have to take things on blind faith.
Can I respond? Yeah, let me respond.
How are you going to? How are you?
Okay, can I respond to you?
There is verifiable.
All right. So is it?
There is verifiable information, but like to say that it's not verifiable. It is verifiable through in some instances and others through personal, credulity.
I hear what you're saying.
But there are certain things where you're going to have to take the belief on.
Want to talk,
I mean,
to
get on to the...
He's going on a little bit. Let him make his point, Jeremy.
Bro, he's not... Can you even hear
No, let him make his point.
This is the first time this guy's spoken all day.
All right, Kosho. Doesn't need two mods. Let him finish his point. That's fine.
I'm saying to you, let him finish. Stop talking.
He's talking to me.
In order to get on that airplane in the first place, the airplane that was in question in the first place, you have to believe in flight itself.
Is he breaking up?
He's been breaking up.
He is unfortunately roboting.
But I get his point. Okay. The response to that obviously is like, yeah, look, mechanics, schools, they're not all the best. Some of them are worse than others. Some of them you can't trust. You can't trust like certain mechanics or certain restaurants, certain places. Some are more, there's something more wrong than the others, right? So that's the same thing in life, everywhere. So everyone trusted, you could say, NASA as a restaurant. Yeah, it looked good, taste good, seemed good. Okay, then when you did a bit of inspection, okay, did it get the 5-star rating that it deserves? I don't think it did, yes. I think when we look closely at this company, yes, who is trying to deliver us information, can I give him a response? My full response to Soroki, is it? He's talking about, well, if they're the professionals, we should just trust them. And of course we did. We do. It's all been done. But like I said, with any business in life, any walk of life, you can think, wow, there's problems here. Should I send, whoever? What's your response to that, Soroki, something like that? Yeah. How do you respond? But like I say, it's not like we doubted NASA initially. We thought, yeah, they're showing us the Earth, and then we were asked. Someone said, hey, they're poisoning the food, or they're not selling actual meat, and you were like, no.
Have you shown one time that they've lied?
Absolutely. So every image of the Earth. Okay.
Wait. You say it's fake. Where's the proof that it's fake?
Well, NASA tell us it's CGI. They tell you. They take it.
It's used the picture from NASA. Chemo.
You have to prove it's true. That's how it works.
You just used the picture from NASA today to prove the Earth is flat.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. He claimed NASA lied. Then he gave an example of what NASA told the truth. That's not them lying, Chemo. It's them telling you the truth about something. Nobody else told you that. They told you that.
No, they said no. I'm saying that when you inspect, okay, that was just an analogy, but you inspect NASA's as a company, and you find they're not 5-star as they should be. They're not.
Haven't shown they're not 5-star. Right now they got a 5-star rating, and it's unchallenged.
No, well, again, send in the real inspectors.
Where do they fall down?
Send in the inspectors, the real inspectors, and we'll show you that the whole thing, okay, should not even be on, on the list, on the chart. It needs to be shut down.
Except we did, it's 5 stars.
It needs to be shut
down. The inspectors, it's still 5 stars. There's just a couple paranoid delusionals like you who don't accept that it's 5 stars. The rest of the world accept their 5 stars. And we're going to go on continuing believing they're 5 stars.
Yeah, well, just because you're eating...
You haven't found any poop, you haven't found any hair, you haven't found any footprints in the butter, and yet you think there's a rat detection.
Yeah, you're basically like the rambling schizophrenic at the front of the restaurant being like, the beef's made of babies, don't eat it. Like, this is what you are.
Perfect. Thank you, TDs. Exactly.
No, not without testing it. Not without testing it. You got to test it first. So once you have the test, you get the results, you figure out, okay, this is not a 5-star place, we need to shut this place down. And then the only reason...
and then you're arrested because they're going to check your badge and realize you're not a real inspector. Yeah,
they're going to see that we've verified lots of science, lots of information, how things should be done. And once they if they follow how we guide them, you'll also see...
found the mouse in the butter.
It's just like a knockoff McDonald's or something.
Food and where the food comes from the farm.
No, it might be food, but it's just a knockoff version of it.
Yeah, but we've showed you the delivery of the food from where it was slaughtered at the factory till it gets to McDonald's.
The real Rocket Man.
Saying no, it doesn't. There's something in between.
The real Rocket Man can only go so high. They show.
To a cat.
So they go so high and they show what the Earth really looks like. This is the genuine, the real deal here. And you've got a counterfeit company.
You haven't showed anything.
I was just responding to this babble is in response to Soroki by saying he should just trust because Scott.
Don't respond, so you gotta let other people respond that way. They don't try to talk over you.
That's true, yeah. But Scott here was saying that he just trusts people, and that's like weird. Why would you just trust someone without checking up yourself? And then Soroki's like, Soroki followed it up with you trust your mobile phone. You trust your mobile phone company, so you should trust.
I'm just gonna make one point, Chemo.
Okay.
So I think that maybe you can learn from example. But yeah, that's our gift that we have that's different than a lot of the other animals is that we can share information and trust the information that we're being shared from other humans, and we don't have not every person has to know or do everything because we can share information, and that's the biggest thing that sets us aside from the animals. That makes us the top of the food chain.
Yeah, that's right. It's very hard to fool us and to trick us. But also, once you've been fooled, it's very difficult to admit you've been fooled. But to deceive man, all the way like that is very difficult.
See, the fact that you don't have any frame of reference with your knowledge base, you basically have this little myopic view of the world and lack of understanding of things. It causes you to have problems in trying to understand larger picture items. I only have verified NASA and whatever else to the level I can. Everything seems consistent with what I know of rocketry, what I know of math, and what I know of my observations in life. And there's nothing inconsistent with how it works. Now, if NASA said that unicorns were powering their rockets, I would question that.
Yeah, of course. So like I said, you've got, Mike, a story, okay, that you believe, just like Soroki and Scott. They just believe it. There's no way for you or Soroki or Scott to verify that story. Yes? You understand?
Well, independently, other people have put up rockets as well.
Yeah,
with video.
Yeah, I understand.
So that's independent of NASA. So they're showing the same exact thing that NASA is at that point. So
yeah, sure.
Do you say that is that they're feeding you a lie as well?
I've never seen that before, but I'm
at
sure
that point?
I've never seen that, but I'm sure you've seen it, yeah?
Yeah. I'll look for that video. There's a video of one being shot off in the salt flats, I do believe.
Sure. Yeah. Gives a look at that. Yeah, gives a look. So that's the point. Is that Scott, Soroki right now, and Moyak, you literally have a story. Like, listen to the words that are being said. A story where someone just makes something up and then they run with it. Okay? But they've just ran with this story for a lot longer than usual stories. Yes?
No, not at all.
So if that's not true, and it's not a story, you should be able to back it up with evidence and proof.
Let's see, what was my point that I just made?
Gosh, a lot of points are being made. You got to understand that the brawler's points are few and far between, and I mean, you say a lot of things, but remember, they're always a story. Kosher.
The one point I made was that this is our gift as humans. That's what sets us aside. Is the fact that we trust what other people share with us, and they share with us information. We trust it. That way, we can be a collective. Our knowledge can be a collective. Database of everybody else's knowledge. So this is a gift that we have.
That trust went away from humanity when Jesus was crucified. From that day, or around them times, things were just very treacherous on the earth.
There we go.
Let's not get into all of that, but let's get to the stories. You get my point. Stories.
That's everything. Coach,
stories. When I talk about Jesus, you're like, well, let's not talk about Jesus because that's a story.
That's
the same way. Hold on, Kosher. The same way, Scott, that you talk about these things like I just trust. This is so frustrating that you're just believing in a story.
You can be frustrated. I don't care.
Yes, it's so sad to see that the system was able to do a number on you. They did a job on you. They worked on you since you were very young, and they manipulated you.
Yeah. Sure. Whatever.
It's not whatever. You've been manipulated.
No, whatever.
No, because if you
for a long time.
If you knew the truth, you would
have the people I've trusted have come through for me for many, many years. And when they stop coming through for me, then I'll stop trusting them. Now, you begin the whole thing by believing that they haven't come through for you because they crucified Jesus.
Right. That's the belief,
yeah?
It's nothing to do with crucifying Jesus. It's the logical stance that, there's the default, and then when a new claim is made, that they have to prove it.
Exactly. And I just brought up Jesus. I brought up Jesus. Hold on, Kosher. I brought up Jesus just as to illustrate that you would say this is a story. I believe it, but you would say it's a story, though, Scott. And you'd be like, oh, let's not get into this now. So I would have to verify all of this. Now, you're saying you don't have to verify. You can just believe and it's okay.
I'm the one who said let's not get into this after you brought up Jesus.
No,
so you're a babbling brook of
an example for a story that you could just trust.
Right.
The Jesus thing, you can verify.
I don't even know where y'all's stories start and where your actual beliefs begin.
That's what I'm trying to get.
You guys are just saying shit that is not like. There's other people in here like the Mock. He believes the shit he's saying. Jeremy, he believes what he's saying. You guys are just saying shit though.
Kosher, you've been a flat earther and a globe earther in the time that we've spoken, so you can't make up your mind. Okay, you're just going with the crowd. You're going with what you feel. Okay, you don't know what the shape of the earth is. You have no control over the information. You can't stop the flat earth from growing. Of course, you're trying your level best, everything you can to prevent this moving forward.
What are you talking about, Kimo?
How can you tell someone if they're real or not when you don't even know what the shape of the earth is?
I know what shape the earth is, Kimo.
That's what I mean. You pretend. You pretend to know, Kosher. That's pretending. If you really knew, you would say, "Look, this is how I know. Here's the evidence, and this is what."
He's done more tests than you have.
No. All he's done is ancient, what he thinks is experiments, what they believe was on a presupposed ball already. He's not doing up-to-date, current 2020 experiments, okay? And he doesn't believe. All Kosho to me is just following the crowd. It's more comfortable. It's more comfortable to get along with the crowd and pretend, hey, I'm one of you. I'm somebody.
That's very cool. It's not about me. What's
all the flat earthers are on their own, basically, aren't they? We're whether anyone is with us or not.
That's my choice.
Whether we're on our own or not, we stand up for this truth. Whereas you need crowds to support you. You all step up to each other. Okay. So this is not something that you truly believe. Okay. This is something that you just think. Well, everyone else thinks it. I need to go along with it.
There's people like me and Zanuck and Moyak and others who waste our time imparting ourselves and what we claim to be knowledge on and sharing it with you guys.
No.
So if you say you're on your own, that's because you're choosing to be chemo.
No, I'm saying we can do this on our own. Not that we are. We're a small group, but I'm saying we can. We can do it. And no, what you're doing is you're just repeating what you've been told. You don't have information or knowledge to show. You're just copying, like we said earlier on. You're just repeating like a baby. That's not.
Well, what type of information are you saying is being repeated? Is it a test that's been personally done, or is it?
No, that's been done. We're asking.
Done by somebody else. What are you saying?
Yeah, we say that you parrot for a reason because you're just copying what you were told. You're not showing what you were told. You're just saying, look, my teacher told me this, so it must be true.
He did a physical experiment. Instead of just parroting what he was told, he did it, and then he expanded on the experiment that was originally done.
No, he didn't.
That was a few things. And I try to invite you and other flat earthers to do it.
Yeah, that's not an experiment or a test, Coach. So that's presupposing something
test,
already.
Man. I had hypotheses, all that stuff, everything.
What was your observed phenomenon?
For the ergoticities? Observed phenomena would be the sun makes shadows each day.
Okay, what causes that then? Shadows.
The sun.
What causes
what kind of question is that?
What's the cause then of the shadows in the sun? Yeah, what's going on?
I'm disengaging now.
Exactly. So stop talking nonsense with your stories. How many times do you go through this a day? Right? You make it up, and then when you get caught in a corner, oh, I'm done. We see it from you. We see it from Moyak. We've seen it from Scott. We've seen it from Andy. We've seen it from just about every baller who dares to try and put their story forward as fact. Because obviously you're going to get questions.
That was one of the dumbest questions I've ever heard in my life. And if you think that I would pursue that line of questioning with you, then you're more mad than I thought, man.
Yeah, so you were saying... Hold on, one last point, and I'm mute. So you were saying earlier on, Kosher, that you do this, you waste your time giving us information, like helping us in a way or something like this. And that's not what you do, okay? And that's not what the ballers are doing. They are defending the known lie. So if you know it's a lie, you're just thinking, well, how can I defend this in the best way possible?
Defend it by testing it.
You're not giving any new information, Kosher, that can't be already found. So what you're doing is just repeating the old rhetoric, so we have to repeat it. Go ahead,
the rhetoric that was out there and proving that it was not just rhetoric.
Comparing that to what you're doing, Chemo, giving new information that is a lie, would you rather have information that's already been said that some people have forgotten or don't know, or information that nobody's heard before because it's a lie?
Non sequitur. Just because someone hasn't heard it before doesn't mean it's a lie.
No, what Chemo's saying is wrong and a lie. The things that you guys are claiming are wrong and a lie.
There's reason why you haven't heard it before. It's censored. Why do you think it's censored?
It's not censored. It's wrong and a lie. And you know this. You're lying right now by saying that.
It's a lie?
You're lying by saying that's what's censored.
Something that's hidden.
What is censored? What are you specifically speaking about right now that is censored?
Flat Earth stuff is censored.
Yeah, what?
In the mainstream media, it's censored. Is it not?
No, it's not.
I said that the reason we don't know things that you're saying is because it's a lie or it's wrong, and you're saying it's censored. So what things are you sharing that is?
No, you made the assumption that because it's not it's not there, that it's wrong.
Yeah, the things that you're sharing.
Because you don't hear it, it's wrong. So
give an example.
Absolutely not true at all.
Give an example of the things that you're sharing that's censored. It's not wrong or lie. It's just censored.
But the Earth is observably flat and motionless.
That's false.
It's not censored.
That's not observably flat and motionless.
False.
And it is censored.
That's not censored.
Picture of the entire Earth being flat. Show me that picture.
Perhaps is it
Calm down.
information about the rage?
Yeah, Chris, that's not what he's saying.
what cockamamie definition of censor is this twat trying to use here?
I think it's information about vampires is censored. Are those real too?
What about my affair with Xena, the warrior princess?
She's censored.
So you guys are saying
you
that
don't hear about that in the news,
media
do you?
or like YouTube and stuff like that, they don't censor flat Earth stuff.
Well, they don't censor it, but they suppress it. Like you can still, it's still there. They don't remove it.
What's your
What
cockamamie
has been
bitch
removed?
idea of censorship here? How are you using it?
Suppressing is censoring. The restriction of
How's it
any
being
kind.
suppressed? What do you mean suppressed?
He's the one that said suppressed.
Yeah, I claim it's suppressed, and it is. I mean, they're actively taking steps to surface it less than what they used to, and they're putting disclaimers underneath the videos to discourage people and stuff like that. So that's forms of suppression.
That's
It's not
not
censorship.
That's not suppressed.
You mean on YouTube?
On YouTube,
Yeah,
specifically,
suppression is censorship. Like, look up the definition for censorship.
Ooh,
It's
so-
restriction. It doesn't have to be prohibition.
Why
It's
aren't people being able to
and
respond?
reduction as well.
So YouTube is a private company. They can do whatever they want. It's not free to the public. It's not free for you to go on there and say whatever you want. It's still a private company.
So you're agreeing they're censoring then?
No, but exactly. That's not the question. The question is it
If they want.
it's not being suppressed?
Yeah, they censor a whole bunch of different things on there, don't they?
It was being shared. It was being shared. They were the ones sharing it, and they stopped sharing it as much. Doesn't mean they're suppressing it.
Oh, let Rakia speak then,
because of how it's put down.
If I search flat Earth stuff, I found flat Earth stuff. A lot of Nathan streams, Gem streams, Ranty streams. Everything's found on YouTube.
Search Chemo's channel. It comes up. It's the first thing that comes up.
Yeah.
Much better to have multinational corporations decide what we can hear and speak than the government. Right?
They don't do that. Not here in America. In America, we can watch anything we want and see anything that's on. They don't suppress the flat Earth, and they don't do anything like that.
No, but Kosho, what they do,
algorithms are sharing.
That's ridiculous, dude.
They wish to, so they stop doing that.
Let me explain what they do, Kosho.
Kosho lying.
What they do, Kosho, you've seen there that woman and that guy with the puppets. Okay, so
Kosho
again,
is a known liar, so it's okay.
This is just a tactic that they'll do. So they'll have the flat Earth videos pushed back. So obviously, when people try to find videos, they have to either search for hours and hours and hours, or they never find, the reason.
Lie. That's a lie.
No, because
I have flat Earth. Timo,
will be the first that comes up.
Timo, I have flat Earth videos on over my when I open YouTube.
Oh no! But where are you? You're not over here, are you? It's different for different places around the world.
Over here.
No, I'm just saying.
Searching for flat Earth. I was searching for
in America and here in England, they mess around with the algorithms. I don't know what they do in where you are.
But when you open your YouTube app, do you have suggestions of flat Earth videos because you watch them so much?
Because what they do as well.
Your video used to be up in my when I opened my YouTube. It would be one of the videos saying that there's a live video coming up.
What they do as well.
No one said they took down all the videos. They said they're being suppressed, which they are.
Yeah, exactly. They're
not here. Not here.
Not there. In some countries, they open up the portals for the people who are looking. In some countries, they'll get no search results, and in some countries, get all the latest, like a different order. So, YouTube are messing around with the algorithm.
In what country they won't get the search results?
Well, here you get in England they mess around with the search results. Sometimes you can't find videos. People in America complain about not being able to find videos.
That's what they did. It used to be to where you watch a video and then it would recommend other videos based on what the people who also saw that video were watching. It would do things like that. It would favor those more than it favored videos with high views, for instance. Now it does it very much gives you the videos that have the most views. It'll give you that before it gives you something that's relevant to what you're looking for. And they did that because of the effect that they blame themselves or are getting blamed for, which is the flat Earth and other conspiracies being widely spread to children and people who we're part of a movement now. They see it as they see it as their responsibility that they were the ones who promoted it. And so all they're doing is they're taking away that promotion. They're not suppressing it. They're just undoing what they did. That's all they're doing.
YouTube isn't promoting me. Are they suppressing my channel?
So I watch a flat Earth video. The next video is always something
my channel,
from NASA.
Brandon,
I don't care, Kurt. So the next
you don't care. Well, I did ask a
something
question,
from
Brandon.
physics
If you don't
or
care, then I
NASA.
don't care what the fuck you're saying.
It was a rhetorical
right now.
question you asked.
I'll
so
go ahead
you-
and continue to speak
it
over
was-
you and ask
yeah,
my goddamn
okay.
question.
Anyway, I think they can hear
people
me.
are
So
fucking
it's something that I would never
Brandon.
watch every single
Hey,
time.
Brandon.
Why do they do that?
Fat mouth fucking whore twat. Shut the fuck up.
It sounds like
Now,
Kurt was
am I
trying to
being
make a-
suppressed?
Wow.
Because
Yeah,
I'm not.
probably.
Well, this is what it takes to get people to fucking listen.
Yeah.
No one wants
Now,
to
am I
listen to
being
you, Kurt.
suppressed?
Yeah, that's
No one
get
wants
the
to
being
hear
dude.
you.
suppressed.
Guys, he's trying to
Am
make
I
a
being
point.
suppressed?
No one wants to hear his point.
I do.
Yes, we do.
Am I being suppressed? Come on, let me hear an answer from the propagatory crowd. Am I being suppressed?
Globe videos are suppressed because I have no globe videos on my YouTube. Nothing pops up.
Bunch of stupid retard cunts. I'm going to watch TV.
Have a good day.
Oh, that's
Be
indoctrination.
back.
Don't do it.
Be back later, Curve. We're gonna play trivia later, everybody. Just so everybody's aware. For playing
come back
trivia,
and circle jerk
I'm gonna
each
give you a
other,
time
Kurt.
right now.
See you later.
The time.
Yeah,
is-
what Brandon said was hold
Go
on,
ahead.
Kosho.
Go
What
ahead,
Brandon
Kurt.
said was exactly right. Every time you watch a flat Earth video, the next video's on some professor talking about space time or Neil deGrasse or Bill Nye spouting their
It's
craziness.
demonstrably wrong.
Okay, and why? And how many views does that video have in comparison to, say, any video that a flat earther puts out?
You don't think that's on purpose, Kosho? You don't
I
think
just
that's
told
some
you. I
social
said-
engineering?
I said it
They
before.
are deliberately
I said
social
it
engineering
why that was.
so that when you
Kosho,
watch a
why
flat Earth
did you have
video,
more
views? Why that
their
was.
official
There should be
propaganda
questions
comes
on
up
why I think
next,
that.
Kosho.
They
It's
changed
very
the
obvious.
It has more views.
The
It's being
algorithm used to be
referred.
that they made it to where it was relevant to the video that you were watching.
You're
and
proving our point,
They
Kosho.
put on videos that other people who've seen that video were watching.
That
was the algorithm before.
It's not.
Now they make it to where the videos with the highest views are favored.
right after you watch one.
That's one. That's
Not
one
society's.
they've done.
Do you work PR
because those
for
videos are
YouTube
being
or something?
referred and not
That's something I've
suppressed.
noticed. It's obvious. It's a true statement.
Yeah, they're being referred and not suppressed. That's why they have more views, you idiot.
Yeah, it's not why they have
YouTube's.
No, call me.
It's not
Yes.
YouTube's.
I fucking
Yeah,
bring
it's not
community
YouTube.
man.
It's not YouTube's
Yeah.
fault that no one gives a fuck about flat Earth.
We
I
do.
watch flat Earth all day long.
All
and I
day.
never
Yeah,
serve
And
a
we have to
flat Earth
seek
video
it
as
out.
my
We're not
next
referred
video.
anymore.
Why?
Yeah, all the few thousand of you.
You're in denial, sir. We know what it
If you
used to be
Neil
like.
deGrasse Tyson video,
And
it has
Kosho's
more
telling
views
you,
because Neil deGrasse Tyson-
Kosho's telling you that the other ones have more views. Yeah, they have more views because they're being referred.
because they have more subscribers.
That's
It's because
that's
Neil
so
deGrasse
dumb.
Let me
is
take
known
a-
by more people than Nathan Oakley.
Let me take a step
Well,
back
that-
on this. If you want to go with things that are suppressed by YouTube, gun videos and stuff like the shoot-up videos have more views, and they're not promoted by the search engines, and yet people find them.
Well, they're trying to take our.
get them passed on, and they watch them. And
they're slowly
nobody
trying to
watches
take our gun
YouTube
rights.
videos or YouTube flat Earth videos because most people have a brain.
Well, they don't
What are y'all
promote the
talking
gun
about?
ones.
Y'all are
because they're
making
trying to-
yourselves look foolish. When you used to type in flat Earth, you got flat Earth videos and got
I
referred to
got that.
more. Now
I
you
got that.
type in flat Earth, you get anti-flat Earth videos, and you get
I
referred to
don't.
more debunking flat Earth. Well, you're special.
I don't.
Because
Well,
that's what's happening
maybe
to
they
everybody.
have flat Earth type. What can you do?
That's what we're saying is happening. They're suppressed.
What do you want to
They've gone it-
to see which one is really flat Earth and which one is debunking flat Earth?
I don't mind watching both of them, but I'm just telling you the changes that's been made since they went in front of Congress and asked YouTube and Facebook and all them what they're going to do. They told Congress that they were going to suppress it, and now Kosho is telling you they're not suppressing it. They admitted. They admitted
If
that
you look
they're
at the view, if you
suppressing
look at
it.
the view counts for the top videos, it
You're
shows
being
their
stupid,
videos,
Kosho.
their
You're
videos
making
by
yourself
ABC
look like a fool.
News, Tech Insider, Engineering Explained, people who have millions and millions of views. There's not a single flat earther that has millions and millions of views.
So when the
YouTube, when YouTube was
who says there was
billions and millions of views.
That's not our claim. Our claim is they're being suppressed.
To you is that's how they changed the algorithm. They're making it so that
they changed it to suppress flat Earth. Thank you for making our point.
Flat Earth. It's to undo the promoting.
They admitted it. The CEOs of Facebook and YouTube went in front of Congress and admitted that they're going to suppress it. And they even gave the steps of how they're going to do it. Now you're using the one step that you're telling, one of the steps they said they were going to use to suppress it and denying that they're suppressing. You're making us look like a fool.
They're not promoting it. That's what they're doing. They were promoting it more than they needed to. So they're not promoting it now. They're trying to undo what they've done. If they were suppressing it, they would make it to where you type something in, you wouldn't come across it. But you still name.
You're being ridiculous.
They admitted it. Please post the evidence that YouTube went in front of Congress and said they were going to suppress flat Earth specifically. I want that
for
video.
you, Lel, I'll go right after it and get it for you. Oh wait, no, I won't.
Yeah, that's right, because you'll require the globe earthers to do all your.
I don't require anything of you, Lel. I don't care anything to hear anything about you.
Because it's not there.
If it was up to me, you would never be a part of our conversation. Never. You never say anything.
Perfect. I just did say something.
You suppress it.
Go watch TV
in front of Congress. They were going to suppress flat Earth.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's not suppressing, Lel. That's just recommending someone else talk more than him. That's not suppression.
Well, that's all YouTube's doing.
Well, that's not suppression according to Kosho.
YouTube went in front of Congress and said they were going to.
I'm recommending that Brandon talks more than Lel. Is that suppressing Lel, Kosho?
Yes.
That's just you voicing.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Lel.
Yeah, that's not suppressing.
It's suppression of Lel.
Suppressing him,
yes,
you actively making sure that nobody heard him speak.
That's moronic argument.
Like when you talk over people.
You just don't want to hear the facts that you're afraid to provide the evidence that YouTube went in front of Congress and said specifically that they were going to suppress.
Oh, right. So because they didn't say word for word.
The question was their promoting of these things. Not the fact that they had it on there at all. They need to suppress it. The fact that they made it readily available. The algorithms were suggesting this kind of stuff to people like me. That's how I learned about all the flat Earth videos. It was suggested to me, and it played on autoplay. And this was what they were talking to Congress about. This is what they're trying to change.
War videos.
Trying to suppress
World War II. I get another World War II video after that. If I watch any subject, I'll get another video about that same subject from either the same person whose video I'm watching, or another related channel to that kind of video. Flat Earth doesn't get that. They took that away for Flat Earth, so you don't get recommended another video from that video or that YouTuber. That is suppression.
It's not true. I was watching something, one of the live streams, and the next video was the previous live stream from the same Flat Earth.
It's very rare. Maybe it does happen, but it's very rare. Not like it used to be.
Yeah, I know.
For other subjects.
I agree. It used to be people, and that's what they're trying to mitigate. Is that it was very different before, and they think that the way it was the problem.
But they've changed it from how they treat other subjects. That is suppression. That's special treatment.
Yes,
they're social engineering.
Exactly.
They're making it. They're trying to undo what they've done.
Bull.
Yeah, what they've done before was social engineering. They were actively and inadvertently promoting things like this to people who weren't even watching these kind of videos. They were watching like a different type of conspiracy or something. And then because the same people who were watching those videos were watching these videos, they thought that these people would want to watch the same things. And so a lot of people knew about them, had access to these. And I agree
that's suppression.
I preferred, it's not suppression. They are being accused of creating a problem. They claim that they have also been a party to creating a problem. So they're trying to mitigate that problem.
So who defined it as a problem, and who made it Google's job to social engineer us out of that problem?
About who made it their
what problem?
Their task. Their claim to be the culprit of it.
Culprit of what?
What are you talking about? Culprit of what?
fanning the flat Earth flame.
What's wrong with
people
that?
who weren't aware of it, and people who aren't even thinking about the subject now.
Oh yeah, we can't have people making their own decisions. Can't have people making their own decision on how to test these things and gaining knowledge of both sides.
That's what right there is what is the flaw, because that's what they were doing. They weren't giving you a decision. They were suggesting things to you. The decision made is you can search for those videos and you can find them immediately.
You still have a decision.
What's stopping you from doing that?
Oh my goodness, it's amazing.
You sound like a PR person for you.
I want to play. I don't get it.
I'm talking real. This is like I used to have a problem with the way that they censored it, and I've seen more and more examples of how they actually created a problem, not just with this, with other ideas as well.
Taking every opposing view against every flat earther and arguing every day about it, Kosho. It's so telling.
What are you talking about? I can barely hear you, but yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, I used to have a problem with searching for even just the words flat earth and then not seeing positive flat earth videos. Like I used to be able to, like I was trying to show my friend flat earth the videos that like convince you it's a flat earth or whatever. Those are the first videos I saw, like the 30-minute, hour-long videos that would basically walk through the flat earth with you. Those videos exist, but they don't come up when you search for them. And so I thought that was a problem before, but I realized that created the problem that they were later accused of. It's the truth. So if somebody wants to see those videos, they should see those, but they shouldn't. I don't think that YouTube should be promoting those types of videos to people.
It just so happens that you come to the conclusion yourself that it's exactly what YouTube communicated in front of the executives and in their press releases concerning Flat Earth. Is that what you're saying?
I agrees with the mainstream.
I was searching people's names. I searched Flat Earth and then people's names, like my friends in here, or somebody like that. And I realized that those that never came up, like people, not famous ones, but just people who are part of the community, like Zanuck or something like that.
Kosho, why do you call that promoting?
First, and I realized that it was because it's not showing me videos that are relevant to what I'm searching. It's showing me it's favoring videos that have more views.
It's moronic. If someone searched out concrete finishing and YouTube sent them after they found the first result to crocheting, that's the dumbest shit I ever heard.
Yeah, Kosho, why do you
so stupid?
Why do you say
People
promoting?
are researching Flat Earth because
they were promoting it to people who
someone had to click on Flat Earth Kosho on YouTube.
Talking about, man? No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
Before, like for instance, whenever I was showing my friend conspiracy videos and then I had it on autoplay, eventually Flat Earth videos came up, and this is the type of promoting that they.
But can I ask you,
because YouTube detailed it as conspiracy. That's why.
Right, but why? And exactly, it's in the same category. But why do you say, Kosho, that the standard algorithm that they had, which should just, I get it, that it's making suggestions, but it has a standard suggestion algorithm. When you use the word promoting, it makes it sound like one gets special treatment over the other. But this was the standard, common, fair algorithm.
Yeah, they did it inadvertently. They didn't do it on purpose, but inadvertently. What was
just
a product
suggesting
of the
more
way that
videos that their clients
was that these things were being promoted,
the
not that they were promoting them on purpose. I don't know why you decided to start talking while someone else was talking.
That's fine. We're all talking, but it's like equal promotion. So it's weird when you say promotion. It just sounds weird.
I'm saying it exactly as accurate as it is. It was inadvertently promoting it. It wasn't.
But they inadvertently promoted everything, is what I'm saying. They inadvertently promoted anything that may have had like what everybody watched in order. These other next people are going to like too, or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, it did that fairly across the board.
That's what they're in the business for. That's what YouTube was created for.
Yeah, if there was videos about like what happened in Libya and what happened with the Arab Spring and stuff like that, and those same people were also watching the same kind of videos that suggested like. Or that what's called that lured people to ISIS and stuff like that. Like there was those ISIS videos that would get people to like get emotional about it and then want to join ISIS. Like that was actually.
No, you're just talking about terrorism.
If that was happening, they would also have to do something about that.
Yeah,
not,
so that's
not that they're
how you're
purposely getting people to join ISIS, but the way their algorithm is set up is inadvertently inviting people to ISIS.
Well, I'd like
Now
to
you're
share that.
linking FE to terrorism, just like the government did, right, Kosho? Following that same narrative, huh, buddy?
I couldn't hear what you were saying because you started speaking when I was still speaking.
You're
So,
linking flat
I don't know
Earth
why
to
you think I
terrorism. It's funny that you use ISIS and terrorists to link how they were treating flat Earth. YouTube is in the business of sharing. If you don't talk over me, I can finish. YouTube is in the business of sharing related articles and related YouTube videos to people who are interested in what they clicked on. That's what they're in business of doing. Now you're talking again. Why are you saying they shouldn't do that?
Yeah, you can replace that with anything. It doesn't have to be ISIS. It could be something that didn't happen. The reason I use that is because that's something that happened. But you can replace it with something like
anything.
Yeah,
but it's just funny that
he's saying that not just sincere. He's saying
replace it with something like, what's that group called? Intif or whatever it's called.
The distinction needs to be made, Coach. You're talking about a demotion. The demotion is the distinction that Kosho is in favor for, and that's fine.
Like it's not. It's not. They're not making it to where if you search something in flat Earth, it doesn't take it to you. Like if you're searching for exactly what you're.
Yeah, but let me state it. They're demoting certain things from the standard algorithm. Right. I know that you said that things are promoting. They're promoting everything equally across the board. So I don't know how I can use the word promoted for that. And I'm not trying to pick against whatever, but I just want everyone to see in the proper actions. They're demoting certain things. And Coach, I think you're lobbying for that. You're behind that. Demoting of certain.
I'll use the same word I used before. They inadvertently promoted it because of the way.
No, that's not true.
Hold on. They didn't go out of their way to promote flat Earth. They inadvertently promoted it by the way their algorithms were set up. That was a product of the other people who are watching those videos, and so now they're getting suggested those same videos.
Of course, so they inadvertently promoted everything.
Trying to undo that by
it's not a variable.
It's not a variable.
Guys, real quick, is my mic working?
They're not demoting flat Earth. They're not.
They are. That's the variable. You're so ass backwards, Kosho. Everything that's inadvertently promoted is a standard.
But then you can actually argue with what I'm saying.
But Kosho, the constant is the standard algorithm. The variable is the demotion, Kosho.
Promoting flat Earth. It has to do with.
You can call it that if you want, dude.
Yeah, Don, listen. Whenever they when they change the algorithm to more popular videos, like videos that have more views instead of videos that other people.
That's not all they did, Coach. You're making the assumption that that's all that happened. Certain things were just
all that happened, and it's not.
You're trying too hard, Coach.
It has to do with what's favored. Like it's not. It doesn't mean that's something that comes up. It just means that is preferred.
Yeah, plus the new demotion filter, Kosho. Certain topics are straight negged, buddy.
Yeah, like flat Earth.
How so? They put it in there. They put this type. You're gonna neg that shit, dude. Think about it. Why? It's not only just the more views ones that are at the top, because if you do the flat Earth, it's the anti-flat Earth that comes up regardless of view count, right? You could put in the exact name of a video.
So you're telling me that Jem's videos come up before Nathan Oakley's?
No, you're not going to give me one tiny corner case anecdote, Kosho.
You just told me. You just said if it was against flat Earth, even has less views, it'll come up first, and that's not true.
No, I'm saying if you search for something. Right, where even if you pinpoint like Ollie Mage's flat Earth proof of the sun getting smaller with the lens, the first 10 videos that are going to come up are going to be anti-flat Earth videos.
Yep.
Right. Then down bottom you might find the exact the flat Earth shit you were actually looking for, but the flat Earth thing you were looking for could have more views than the fucking all the top ones that came with the anti shit. It's not just based on that, Kosho. Certain things are getting negged, period.
That doesn't happen. I've searched them so many times. I go through the list to see what's happening.
Kosho knows that that's not happening.
There's not videos that have less views that are just against flat Earth that are favored.
Okay, can I jump in real quick, guys?
That is so
I mean, go ahead and prove it. How about that? Go ahead and prove that.
Can I jump in real quick?
There's not videos that have less views that are ahead of them.
We see it happening.
Before Jeremy, I've been waiting for Rakia to post evidence that YouTube CEO said they're going to suppress flat Earth.
Let me jump in real quick.
I can't find anywhere where it says that in the video.
Yo, am I lagging, guys?
Order in the court.
Okay, before
so no evidence.
YouTube, go ahead, Lale.
Go ahead, Jeremy. Lael's asking a question.
Do the Glober videos that talk about flat Earth have the little Wikipedia link underneath? I don't think so.
I don't want to get in there, Don.
Go ahead, Jeremy. Just go ahead. Go ahead.
If now, before YouTube used to work perfect, if I was interested in conspiracy videos, it would give me conspiracy videos, not the debunks to them, the actual conspiracy videos. If I wanted to watch about sewing, it would give me all sewing videos, and it still does. But now when you do flat Earth, it doesn't give you those videos. It gives you the debunks to them and the total opposite of them. It gives you scientists explaining how space works, right? It's not giving you what you want anymore. They changed the algorithm to make it so you're not getting what you want.
I told you one way in which they changed it. It's not the only way, but I'm telling you that you're not going to find debunking videos or science videos that have less views than flat Earth videos if you're searching for.
I'm just saying, before we were getting what we wanted, and now we're not getting what we want.
Yeah, I got. Okay, I'll take the challenge, Kosho. I'll take the challenge, Kosho. What happens if I win this challenge, buddy?
You can just say you were right.
Right. Are you going to change your behavior? Are you going to change your behavior and learn how to say things like, I believe, I'm pretty sure, before you make these type of absolute statements? Would you do that for me?
The difference between you and me in this situation is I've already done this. So I'm
doubling down.
I'm not doing this based on an assumption.
You know you're wrong again, right? You're wrong again. You guess and act like it's a certainty, Kosho. It's kind of irritating, man.
I've already learned this, Don.
I've done it too, Kosho, and you just made a statement said the difference between us. Come on, man.
So the example I gave was when I did it. I've already done this. I'm doing it right now.
Yeah, but that's one instance. You can't make a concrete statement that it can never happen because you've done it a little bit, dude. You've done it a little bit. I've done it too, bud.
So which video, what are you typing in and which video is coming up before the flat Earth video?
Let's think about it. Well, now we have to be like, okay, what's a popular, let's go evidence. I can't remember off the top of my head.
So just do flat Earth refraction or something like that, or flat Earth black swan or something like that. Flat Earth.
No, we need to know a video that we know has a lot of views.
No, not one that you know has a lot of views. Just any topic, like flat Earth horizons or flat Earth, whatever. Anything.
But you're not accepting the premise was that we're looking for a video that we know what video it is.
We know what the video. Okay, fine. Then do like flat.
Like Jeremy said, it gives us what we want, and we can't even get what we want.
Just try to think of a video then. A video that.
No, it used to give us. It used to give us what we wanted, and now we're not getting what we want. We're not getting videos of them debunking space. We're getting videos of them telling us how it works in the current model.
Let's do flat Earth black swan. That's what I'm gonna type in.
I mean, I don't even know why you're debating this, Kosho. That's how it goes, bro. You
Let's do this instead of talking about. Let's see.
So I typed in Eric Dubé Polaris, and the first result is National Geographic flat Earth.
Right. Yeah, how many views does it have?
Who cares about the views? He's not getting what he wants.
We're talking about that, Jeremy.
The whole point is not getting what you want.
I have one that comes up, and it's McToon. McToon flat Earth is black swans all the way down. It has 98,000 views. Okay.
That's the top one. There should be a black swan video with more than that many views.
I see the first flat Earth one. Here's Conspiracy Cats, but it has 80,000 views. I'm gonna wait until I find one that is a flat earther so I can. Okay, here's the Flat Earth Research Foundation. It's like number 10.
Yeah.
200 views.
The thing is, the thing is, watch one and then let it auto play and see what it plays into. See, go play a video promoting Flat Earth, and then go play it, and then see what it auto plays into. If you get something with Neil deGrasse explaining how the universe.
I'm gonna play the first Flat Earth one that I found, and I'll see what comes up after it.
Okay, you do that. I'll do the searching, Coach. Let's do this.
Okay, what are we searching for now?
Work together, guys.
We need to know. Teamwork. Yeah, we need to know a video that we would expect if we search right for it, it'll come to the top, right? Like a flat, Let's go to somebody's channel. I'm gonna go to.
It favors the ones that have way more views.
This is what I'm.
Not what you want. So instead of the algorithm,
if something has 80,000 views and something has 200 views, the one that has 80,000 is going to come up first.
So instead of the algorithm giving you what you want, you're now getting not what you want, but just whatever one has the most views. That's maybe kind of.
It'll still give it to you, but it's not going to be top of the list.
No, you're not
Algorithm
getting
gives you
anything
what you're
about what you
paying
want.
for.
If I want to hear them debunk space, why are they getting me videos telling me how space works in the current model that I'm trying to look for?
They changed the algorithm from doing that to give you
Revenue generation. I don't know why you argue with them. Because that's what they want to do. That's how they want it. Not good for you.
We're talk about it, Tyke. We're
Buy
talking about
YouTube
it,
and change it.
We're gonna first see if Kosho's right or wrong.
I'm tired of your whining.
Philosophize about
Dude,
it.
there's one 15 down when I did Flat Earth Black Swan. 15 down. It has 97 views. And it's a Flat Earth positive video. So the ones that are Flat Earth positive have 97 views. The other one has 200.
But views don't mean anything because they direct people to watch specific things. So the one that has more views doesn't mean jack
when they're
shit.
directing the people to the.
They think that nobody's watched. They make you have
when
to
they
scroll down and
autoplay
find
you.
those ones.
Do they know how the algorithm?
You into something.
I just
Kosho, when they autoplay you
sewing.
into something. All right,
I
never
just
mind. Go ahead,
I just
guys.
typed in sewing,
These
and it didn't go
niggas
by how
uncouth,
many
man.
views.
Yeah,
They
the
want to
algorithm works.
Revenue. They had videos.
You know how the algorithm
more
works.
Advertising they can sell, so they're going to go with this, which is going to sell the most advertising. So they'll go for
Goes by
views.
views, how long they viewed
It's a
the
company
video,
for
how many
facts.
times they replayed the video, if there's a comment, if there's a like, if there's likes in the comments, all that shit. That's the algorithm. And if it dropped down in views,